stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance. I just want to make a point of personal privilege. I apologize for not, for canceling the last meeting. As most of you know, that there was a major fire, 7-alarm fire in my ward on Hyde Street, and I had to be there. As a counselor, I had to be there. That was my first priority. So I apologize. We're going to take up the same agenda as we were for the last meeting. So our first, number one is our roll call attendance. Erin?
Right, perfect. So roll call, Elle Baker. Elle, are you
Yeah.
here? She's
Yeah.
here. Okay. Joanne,
Yes, here.
Brian.
Hi, here.
Hi. Naomi,
Naomi's not on.
she's not. I think she just emailed asking for a link. I think she might not have the link.
Okay.
But okay, so Naomi not here. Kirsten.
Kirsten's here, thank you.
Kirsten, sorry. Rob
Here.
and Erin, I'm here. Perfect. All right, so meeting minutes from, this is from our June 6th meeting that I sent out a while ago. So we, first thing we drafted as a group, the mission statement. The current working statement is as follows. The mission of the Revere Public Arts Commission is supporting, expanding, and building a vibrant arts community for Revere's past, present, and future. We also drafted as a group the vision statement. The current working statement is as follows. We envision a city where the arts are thriving and the community is engaged by uniting and creating arts and cultural awareness.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
We reviewed and approved the RFP for the Point of Pines project. That RFP can be posted by members once approved by procurement. Joanne shared the motion to the mayor to use the American Rescue Plan Fund to renovate the Beachmont Fire Station facility into artist lofts. Everyone was really excited about that. The next priority will be the Butler Circle mural RFP, and the meeting concluded at 7 p.m.
Thank you. So awarded? So approved? Okay. The next item we have is the presentation. Zach Zaha is proposing a memorial mural at the Lincoln School for Yasmin Butt, who was killed on Revere Beach. Is Zach here to talk about the proposal? No, I don't know if I was supposed to invite him. That might be on me, but I don't know. I never got an email, so we'll wait. Is he on attendees?
I don't see anybody listed as attendees at the moment.
Okay,
But
so
if he does jump on, we can bring him onto the agenda when he does pop on. Okay?
Brian? Yes?
There's an organization, I did some research. It's been a while, I forgot, but I have it. It's about hoops and basketball and doing things like this that is national, that helps fund some of these things. So I'll forward it to you. So if he gets on, he could see that. It might be helpful to him and us to be able to do that if we decide to move forward with that project.
Okay, another thing is that Revere High School junior class has a memorial and honor wall. It's $100 to put a memorial saying on the wall. And it goes to the junior class and it helps them fundraise with their prom. So that's another way it's displayed in the Revere High School foyer for everyone to see as they come in. So that's another way Zach could memorialize Yasmin. So just to put it out there, So, but we'll move on. And when he comes on, he can update us with this proposal and we'll move forward with that. So.
I would just like to say that with the school department mural, I think that as a committee, we should talk about maybe doing a mural in all the schools. If I know that this is his proposal, but if we're starting to go into one school, I think it'd be really important to go into all the schools and help support that and however that looks. So I do just want to put that on the record.
Okay, and I just would like to say, I don't think we have the say to go into the school department and say that we want this mural or that mural. I think it's up to the school department. I don't know the logistics of it, but I think that's up to the school department to make those decisions, whether they want memorials or murals in their school or not. So that's something that we have to talk to with Diane Kelly going forward.
Joanne, I completely agree with that. I was just more saying that we should work in partnership with the school.
Oh,
and-
okay.
Or with all the schools. And if like this is something that can be done, however it's going to look, that we should
Right.
be in a greater picture looking at doing it on a greater level.
Okay,
That's all.
thank you. Thank you. All right, our next agenda, number 4, update on the RFP, call for artists. Rob and Al, can we talk about that, please?
Sure.
Thank
Al, do you need me to share the screen?
Yes.
Okay. Give me a moment here to share my.
No idea how to do this.
Sorry.
Oh, that's Al's son. That's what you heard.
Let's see. Desktop. Give me a
I'm
moment.
unmuted now. I just wanted to give an update in regards to our procurement office. So I know we talked at length at the last meeting about whether or not this could be transferred to a call to artists as opposed to an RFP. So I did go to our procurement office and I discussed that with him. We were able to call in a couple of resources that he has that have been through this process before. And he is in agreement that we can do a call to artists. So that will alleviate the going to bid process and streamline it quite significantly, as some of the members of the committee mentioned in the last call. So we've transferred that into the format of a call to artists. We've shifted some of the dates and would like to go live with that if Erin is prepared to be able to utilize her networks to get the word out.
Okay, so can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so once again, it's just been modified, call to artists. And then the updated, here's the updated timeline to reflect some shifts in dates. So the release date would be the 21st. Now, Elle, is that going to be how's the first promotion going to occur when procurement releases it? Is that into the Revere Journal or where does it go?
We can release it into the Revere Journal, absolutely. We can also post it on the revere.org website.
Okay. Okay, so once we have it on the location.
And social media as well.
Okay.
I mean, we can definitely put it on the mayor's social media.
Okay, so relative to promotion, it's also something we should be looking, ahead on, as this is our first project. But as you mentioned, social media. I'm going to have Erin, not just social media, but also forums to release call to artists, and I'm going to have Erin speak to a little bit of this about some of the channels that she's familiar with, and anyone else that may be familiar with the channels as well. But relative to the release date, so July 21st, that'll be posted on the revere.org site. Is that correct, Elle?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. And you'll be sending out the link so we can share it on social media. Next is the question submission deadline. So it's in August. It's 2 weeks for people to find the call to artist, review the call to artist, review the document, and then pose any questions. So they do have 3 weeks to go look at that. And then they'll have a couple weeks after that for proposal submission. So overall, we're looking at close to 5 weeks between the call and the submit proposals. Then the community meeting has been modified to August 30th. The approval of the project is September 1, so it will be rather quick based off of the scorecard. And then the scheduled completion would be, we'd be looking for the for them to start by, you know, a couple weeks into September, and then through October for completion of 100%. Any questions relative to the modification of the timeline? Okay, great. So this is the proposal as it's going to be, the call to artist as it's going to be submitted on revere.org, and then we'll be able to get this out relative to social media. Do we need a motion to approve and send, or?
Yes, go ahead.
Motion to approve.
Okay.
The timeline,
Yes, the
The call to artists as a whole,
as a whole.
so we can get it out
is there any
tomorrow.
more of it? Is there any more of it to see?
Nothing's been changed besides that, and then at the top you'll see call to artists.
Great.
Those are the only modifications from the last time we met.
Okay.
Okay,
We ready to move forward?
good. Yeah, we're ready to move forward. So motion to approve?
Excellent.
Approve.
Yes?
Yes.
Good.
Hey, thank you. Thank you, Rob.
Yeah, no problem. And then based off of a discussion with Aaron, I think now may be a good time to kind of speak towards the social media aspect of it, where we'll have access to have it posted. Be it, is there a Facebook page, Instagram page? Myself, I'll be posting it onto my LinkedIn network, primarily just to reach out to any connections that may know artists that would be interested in this project, just to expand kind of the push.
Sure. Do you want me, Rob, to speak just a little bit about the channels that we talked about?
Yeah, please do, Aaron. Yeah.
Perfect. So I was speaking with Rob about some possibilities. The two main public art call sort of platforms that I use and most of the people I know use are callforentry.org. This is the biggest one. And then there's also publicartist.org. A lot of the opportunities sort of overlap, but I've recently had the opportunity to sit on the receiving end of these platforms. So I've learned sort of what we could expect. So for example, if we, on callforentry.org, if you place a call for, you know, a month or 2 months deadline, you can get some, you know, hundreds of responses and proposals. So even something like the last one that I participated in got 1,900 proposals.
Wow.
So it's really large. The cost, I've been speaking with them a little bit just to see what it would entail to post on there. So there is a small cost. Well, I don't know if it's small, but there is a cost. It's about $500. And then each proposal that gets submitted would add another $2. So you can cap off the number of submissions, and you can also charge artists to submit. So I'm not sure exactly the details on that, but that could be an option if we wanted to use that channel and needed to actually fund the process. So that's the biggest, but we're looking at, you know, this would be a little bit tighter of a timeline, but even 5 weeks, I think is plenty of time for artists to, generate a strong proposal. So I think if we did use something like that, we'd be looking at least 100. I would guess we would get at least a number like that. So, depending what we're looking for.
So Erin, can I just ask a quick question? It's Al. I wanted to see, so that $500 would be paid by us in order to use the platform. Is that correct? Okay. I think that I'll take that as a takeaway item to seek funding for that.
So
Yeah.
I was going to say one thing to highlight, Elle, is on the backside. So for every submission, there's a feedback to, so we would be the administrator, there would be a feedback to the administrator. As Erin mentioned, it's a $2 fee. So if there were 100 submissions, it would be an additional cost of $200. So that creates an unknown. And I know, that's usually a big no-no when it comes to just spending on budgets, because it is an unknown. If we do get
Right.
100
I
or
think,
1,000.
Erin, I think you spoke about that sometimes you can defer the cost back to the artist. So if it's actually $2 for a submission, that's fairly reasonable, I would think. I would refer to, Erin to speak to whether or not you'd find that acceptable to pay $2 to submit. But if we can do it like that, we can offset the cost. Is that feasible based on what you said, Erin?
It is. So it's pretty usual. Typically for public art, there's no charge or it's very low. So something like $10 or $15. For
Yep.
Galleries and exhibitions, it tends to be higher, like 25 or something.
30 or more, right?
Right, exactly. So, but for public art, it tends to be lower. I think just, to get more.
Participation, yeah.
Yeah. But something like $10, or $5, if we wanted to do $5, just to have, make sure the artists were serious about it, then, I think that's definitely reasonable. Mhm.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, I
That's
think,
reasonable to take. Okay,
yeah,
very good.
it would be great for us to be able to generate a lot of options, especially at this stage in, the public art, to kind of see what's out there, and also for us to, kind of see what options we have.
Great. Thank you, Erin. That's going to be really helpful as we move forward. It's exciting.
Yeah, I agree.
Now relative to promotion in social media, what pages or where do we have access from the Art Commission side to promote the call to artists? Elle, would you be able to speak to that?
We
Sorry,
can
you're
promote,
cutting out of it. I can't hear you.
I'm sorry. So for the promotion, the social media promotion, do we have any sites or pages available to the Public Art Commission where we'll be able to promote the art as well, or promote the call to artists?
Yeah, I think that we'll put it into the community development project and initiative site.
Okay.
For now. As soon as we wrap up the mission statement, which I'm hoping that we may be able to do this evening,
yes.
then I can create the page. So the Public Art Commission will have their own page going forward. So then any communications, there'll be a designated place to be posting them in conjunction with the Public Art Commission. So all of our agendas, our meeting minutes, and the links to the meetings will be posted there.
Anybody else?
We can post on a lot of places, social media wise. We can use Mass Arts. We can use the Boston area artists. There's slew of places. I'm a member of the Fort Point Art Community. I have connections down in SOA, in the South End. There's all sorts of places that are willing to have information that they can push out to their membership to do that. So we should be able to get a
Great.
broad spread.
Okay.
Great, great.
Great.
Anybody else? Okay. Rob, do you have anything else to speak about?
Nothing. No, that's it.
Erin? Would you like to add anything, Erin?
No, I think that's great. The only other thing that we can utilize is there's a monthly email that the Mass Cultural Council sends out, which is artist opportunities. So we can, I'm sure they'll let us be included in that.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Anyone that is an artist should be on their site. It's free to join it and do it, and people get to see you. It's well worth the 15 minutes to fill out the information and upload to do it.
Okay, thank you all. The great feedback. Thank you. The next item on the agenda is review finalized draft mission statement. Erin, Kirsten, and Brian, 10 minutes. You get, so who wants to start?
Kirsten,
I cannot screen share.
can
Oh,
you
not
just
available.
read it? Could you just
I don't
read
have it on my computer. I sent it to the group though, the last time we worked on it.
Okay. So, who's on this?
Aaron did read it though during the minutes.
That sounded good to me.
Okay, can we read it again, Erin, please?
Sure. All right. So this is the mission statement.
Yes.
So the mission of the Revere Public Arts Commission is supporting, expanding, and building a vibrant arts community for Revere's past, present, and future.
Does everybody agree with that?
Agree.
Agree.
Motion to accept?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, great, guys. Thank you for the work that you did with this. I'm glad it's finalized and it's done. The next item on the agenda is the feedback and discussion regarding proposed vision statement.
Al, do we need that to get to get the site up?
No, it's not. I don't think that vision statement's required. I think the mission statement should suffice. But if we can work through it, we have the time right now. We can get them both done. That would be great.
I felt that our vision statement that we worked on, the draft that Aaron read as well, is a really strong statement.
Okay.
I agree. I think it's really strong. Do you want me to read it again?
Yeah, read it one more time.
All right. So
You're gonna read it in your sleep. Go ahead.
we envision a city where the arts are thriving and the community is engaged by uniting and creating an arts and cultural awareness.
Yeah, that's very strong.
I like it.
Yep, I like it too.
Yeah.
Great. Well, okay, so everybody, our next item on the agenda is the update on Beachmont Fire Station next project. So I told you on my at the last meeting that I did a motion for Mayor Arrigo to look at the Beachmont Fire Station as a gallery / artist loft. And if we could use the relief fund money to renovate it. I really do want you to come and look at, the outside's not good, but the inside's beautiful. And there's a lot of space. There's a kitchen, a couple of bathrooms. We probably could have 4 or 5 lofts upstairs. There's an office there. The update is that when I was in front of the council, Tech Rosette came up and she shared her goals about what she wanted to do for 2021. And one of her goals was the Beachmont Fire Station. So I think it's going to be a go. It looks positive. I was so happy to see that on her goals for 2021. So that's the update. I don't know when it will start. There's no starting time, but fingers crossed, and hopefully we'll get this done. But I definitely guys, I definitely want you to, but we'll make a time with me and I'll get the keys to get in there. And, I mean, it needs a lot of work, but I would really like you to see the space. The space is amazing. So, the place is amazing. So, yes, Rob.
Question. So some of the conversations I've heard just around the use of the old firehouse, and being cognizant of like all the different groups within Revere. One that was mentioned is, someone had mentioned a library, possibly like more of a place, a meeting place, not
Sure.
just something to socioeconomic gentrify an area.
Sure.
Yeah, so is that something from the components as the art commission, we'd be promoting it as a public meeting space for?
I think we could utilize that space for so many different things. So we could have classes there. It could be a place where we could keep, it could be a library. It could be, a gallery. It could, one of my friends said they would love to see a coffee shop there. I don't know if we have the people walking by, but that's what he wanted, a coffee shop, maybe a guitar player. So there are so many possibilities to that space, but I'm open to anything. The only thing I don't want to see is condos.
Right.
I don't want to see it developed into condos or apartments. Like I said, it's a historical building and it's the oldest fire station in the city. So I'd like to keep the face like that. And we can talk about it. We can meet with groups who want to utilize it for something else, but I think there's many possibilities, definitely.
Great.
So I'm open to anything as long as they're not condos.
Joanne, I think I have some photographs from the last time that we were in there, so I should be able to send those out to the group just to get a sense of what we're looking at.
Yeah,
until
but
we
I
have the
really,
opportunity to meet up.
I want them to slide down the pole. That's what I want them to do. So.
So if
Good
we
luck
get
with
hurt,
that.
we can
Oh,
sue.
okay. There's no pole anymore, I don't think so. But anyways, I really want you to go in and experience the space because I don't think pictures do it. There's lofts and there's like a third floor and hidden gems all over the place. So I just want you to experience it. And even the basement has some possibilities. So, all right. So that's where we are with that. Moving on. The next item on the agenda is number 8. Next steps for the committee members for the priority selected. Elle, do you want to talk about this?
Yeah, sure, no problem. We had discussed at the last meeting that once we were able to get this RFP, which was switched to call to artists out, that the one that we would follow with would be the concrete building adjacent to the Wonderland train station at Butler Circle.
The power.
So
trans-
I just want to confirm that that is still, that's still the case. And I think that Rob and I should be able to turn this around in a week because I already have the specifications for the building, the measurements and such. So having just done this one, I think we can probably bring it to you for approval for next week if that's acceptable to the committee.
Yes.
And Rob.
definitely.
I don't know if I just want to confirm that with Rob.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Love that.
And I would like to just add that we have a sculptor on board, Aaron.
Okay.
And I would like to see maybe you could put a design together of something that we could put down Revere Beach and you could have the first sculpture down on Revere Beach. So I think I know it's the goal of the committee and I know it's been an idea of mine since we started this. So if you could put something together and you could be the first person on Revere Beach to have the sculpture.
I would
So,
love that.
Wow.
and no pressure.
No pressure.
Al, does
I love
the,
that. I'll start.
Go ahead,
to think.
Brian.
Al, the project down there, what's the circle down there, Beachmont?
Elliot.
Elliott, thank you. Elliott Circle and the underpass, is that still going on?
Is Elliott Circle still going on?
Yeah, the underpass with the state and all that.
Yes,
The
it is.
Rita Singer Bridge, is that the one you're talking about?
Yes, underneath.
Okay.
Yes. It'll be happening shortly.
Yes,
All
it's becoming a litter, a graffiti box for
That's true.
the artists, so. the
That's true.
graffiti artists. So, yeah, we'll have to get that done soon.
I wanted to, yes, that it's in the pipeline and it will be happening soon. Yes, it's exciting to see that come to fruition.
Yeah, we
when it
spoke about
finally
that
does.
last year, yeah.
Right. Mhm.
Okay.
It's coming.
So,
I did have one other thing, if you don't mind, if I could bring up to just maybe throw in the queue. So as we're moving forward with the Northern Strand Community Trail, we've just put up some lighting underneath the underpass at the end of Blodgett Street. And over the years, we've done graffiti wipeouts and we've painted it over. We tried to bring some artists in, but the progress for being able to get the work done was a little bit slow. And then it was covered in graffiti before they were able to finish.
Gee.
So that said, I'd really like to promote this as an event over a weekend. So how we would divvy it up, I'm not sure. I would look to the committee for advice and suggestions.
To clean it up?
Alan, you're breaking it.
you're breaking
I'll
up,
just
Al.
throw out, one concept that I had thought about was maybe we could do a call out to artists. How about now?
You're doing fine. Go ahead.
Okay, so one thought that I had was there's 12 pillars down below, and then there's 3 panels, like wall panels. So we could do maybe 12, 13, like 15 artists working under the bridge for a weekend, so that we'd be able to sort of get it all done at one time. I do have a crew that I can bring in that can do the base coat, so that we can do, start with a primed coat and then have each artist come in and do a different take, or we maybe have a theme, and then each artist can have a different perspective on that theme, so that
You're breaking up, Al.
all gels together. So I don't know, it's just a thought, and we'll have to get funding for it, which I can look for that, but I'd be looking for your suggestions be looking to you for suggestions. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Compensate artists and what would be.
So
In the Fort Point Channel area, there's a
Yes,
bridge that goes over Summer Street that goes over A Street. And they had the problem where they were putting murals up and they kept getting, tagged and all that. So they turned and they put a lighting installation on the roof of it that changes. It's been there for 6, 7, 8, 9 years now. It's very interesting. It's very cool to see. And it's eliminated the issues with people tagging on top of any of the art there. So they've just painted it back to how it looked normally. It looks really.
we actually, that's great to hear, because we actually already installed the lighting
These would
just
be
a
like,
couple days ago.
imagine Christmas light type things, digital, that they could take and program so that it'll change.
Yeah, that's what we installed. It's-
Great.
I can program it from my laptop.
There are artists that work specifically in that type of format. There could be a call for them for that.
The other thing,
So
I
I
wanna-
just wanted,
Oh,
so
go
I just
ahead.
wanted to throw that out there, and I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself in a second, but I just wanted to go ahead and throw that out there to see if that was something of interest that maybe we could discuss at the next meeting.
that'd be great. Yep, we'll put that on the agenda.
yes.
And,
Thank you, Joanne.
I got a couple of ideas too about that, so, but I just wanted to say that my nephew did some of the electrical boxes. He did the ones that were Revere Beach history oriented. And he finished his. And what happened was, L came, I think, the city came by and put a coat of, I don't know what it was, to protect the paint. And it got tagged that night. As soon as he finished, it got tagged. And he was fortunate enough to wipe off the tag and keep his painting as it was originally. So they do have, I don't know, Brian, do you know what that is, the stuff that they put over paintings, so when they tag them, we can just wash it off?
That stuff's good for only so long. You know, it sits there too long and you've got it on there. It'd be almost cheaper to put plexiglass across something like that if it becomes an issue. But if it doesn't, then we can push Revere Pride and maybe do a thing where people that are taggers, we set up a place where, like how Dudley Square has done it over in the old factory, and a couple of times a year, they have taggers come in and redo stuff, and it's become a shrine to them, and they all respect it and don't tag the city anymore.
That's a good idea. Great idea. All right. Let me see what the next.
Especially with the art show coming in at the Museum of Fine Art with hip hop and all that stuff in October. It's coming.
Okay.
I just want to say, I love the idea, Elle, as you were saying, about having the artists come in, because I think, you know, I mentioned before in the beginning of this whole thing that I think having events is a huge plus for the city, and what we've done the best so far with the Sandcastle Festival. So this kind of reminds me of that sort of platform, but mixing in the public art. I think it would be really, really cool.
Yeah, I was actually thinking of something similar for the Rita Singer Bridge, where, because that's paneled, similarly you have 6 artists come in, or 8 artists, however many panels, and then they get one night to do their art, and you have a big event around it. And it's an area where you could actually close off the
Yes.
and that could be like an open public space, and it might be a good opportunity for the Public Art Commission to kind of say, this is who we are as well. So
Great idea.
Rob, I appreciate your idea. But this is already in progress. It's already been funded, and we're doing digital photographic panels will be installed.
Elle, I just want to say that you're breaking up and we really can't understand. We can hear a little bit of it, but not much. So
It sounds like you're reporting from Jeff Bezos in the spaceship.
No, I understand. It was more of a just happened to
Can you
be.
hear me now?
yes, much better.
Yeah, it's not. It wasn't this place. It's more of when we do something like
Oh,
that.
that's a great idea, Rob. I think
Spaceship.
we have like some sort of a block party.
Yeah, so
and start and
yeah, it's a great idea.
Can't hear you, Elle. Sorry. You're not doing well tonight. So
Yeah, it is a great idea.
it is a great idea, but I think what she's trying to say is it's already a done deal and we can't
I'm
use it
sorry, my connection is
with the
spotty.
public.
Can you hear me now?
We'll pick another place.
Yeah, we can pick another place, definitely.
Yes,
Location.
Pine
exactly,
Project.
exactly.
There's lots of places.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, we're gonna move on. So we're gonna confirm the schedule of the PAC meetings, and I would like after August to start meeting in the chambers and not do Zoom anymore. I don't know how we could take a vote. I think it would be better if we meet in person, and just to try to get to know each other too, because I mean, I've only seen you on the screen, most of you. So I'd really like to see you in person. I feel like it's more of, it's better. So how do you feel about that as a group?
Yes.
Good? Good. Okay, so we'll keep the Zoom.
It would just really depend on the day, and childcare for me is just a challenge. So that's my personal problem. So, but we can talk
Okay.
about
Well, wait, you can bring your child.
that.
So, no, I'm only kidding, but I'm sure someone will, entertain them. So we're looking at the 27th, which is next week, and then August 17th and August 24th. Is that all right with everybody? I know I put this out before, but I know people's itineraries change. So is that good for everybody? Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll start September. We'll find maybe August 17th, I'll give you September's meetings, and we can see if that works for everybody. And we'll go from there. How's that?
Can we just go down the schedule one more time
Sure.
for what we have in place,
Sure.
just so we're all on the same page?
Sure, it's July 27th at 6 o'clock. That's next week. August 17th at 6 o'clock and August 24th at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
And I think once we get settled, and we start, I don't know, getting very solid, I think we don't have to meet, we can meet once, twice a month, but we can meet, we could have weeks in between, like the council does. So
I hear you, Joanne. Just to clarify though, does the city council and the school committee still have the option to have a remote meeting option though?
I think, I'm pretty sure the school committee still has Zoom, but the city council, no, not anymore. Not after Governor Baker lifted that, so we'll meet personally in the council chambers. So, but I think the school committee, I think they're still on Zoom. So I'm not 100% sure, but I think they're still Zooming, so. I know you have problems with, childcare, but I really do think it's absolutely beneficial if we meet in person, so.
I understand that it is my own personal thing. I'm just more saying if there are other people doing it hybrid, we can potentially do it hybrid if we need to.
Okay, yep, we can do that. I'm sure you're a pro at that by being a teacher, so you can help me with that, so. But anyway, so that concludes the meeting. And does anybody have anything to say or add before we leave the meeting? Nobody? Okay, so I'll see you next week at 6 o'clock.
Great.
Have a great week.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.